Hey guys, in this episode we're going to do some heat protection. We're going to be painting the headers and the up pipe in this episode because they are finished, don't need to do any more welding, and we're going to wrap the dump pipe, the top section of that, because that's finished, and we're going to put some heat sleeves over the power steering lines because they run very close to the up pipe and the Wastegate's up pipe too. Alright guys, something I prepared earlier. I took these to work today and I painted them at work. I did clean them up. I got a couple of photos. It took me not too long, about half an hour to clean it all back and prep it properly, and then the rest of the afternoon just to do a few coats on it. So that is alloy colour. So we're going to do the up pipe. We're going to do the up pipe last tonight because I don't want to be working in here when there's paint fumes everywhere. Does that make sense? So we're going to get the dump pipe off and we're going to wrap that. So we're going to get some gloves on, change my top as well because I don't want to get fiberglass and stuff in this top, and we'll wrap that dump pipe. So we'll start to pull everything off as well. So we've got to get the GT35 off, we need to get the wastegates off, we need to get the TD05 out too. We need to take it all apart. Just we need to do some welding. So that should be coming up shortly, guys. Alright guys, so I just undid the V-band that's just down here for the dump pipe. Now I'll take this top section off. I think I need to paint it, do I? Nah, I'm going to wrap it and we'll start getting everything else off. I was just thinking maybe I can see if I can get a little bit more of a twist onto the GT35 if I can. So I haven't fully welded the lower section of the dump pipe yet, so yeah, see if I can do that. Get a bit better angles so we can have an intake on here, because this 4" to 3" 45 doesn't actually fit on there because of the brake. I probably want to be running a filter if I'm going to be daily driving this, well, 2 or 3 times a week maybe. But yeah, let's see if we can rotate a little bit and still manage to get the exhaust down there. So I'm just going to rotate, I'm just going to loosen off the 2" V-band that's onto the GT35. I'm going to see if I can rotate it with the exhaust still on there. Might be hard up against the pitch stop mount, which is not good. That is an 11 ball joint. Wibbly wobbly. Always struggle to get this off. Ooh. Possibly. If I rotate it a bit more, we're going to have the drain on before I put the wastegate on. Looks like it's running pretty close. Just have it rotated, the clamp rotated a bit more so I can get some. Yeah. Cool. That's a heap different angle. That's where we really want it. I don't think that's going to work, rotating it. I think I might just have to go a turbo guard and just make sure that I keep the engine bay clean. Don't let it get to this state where it possibly could be sucking in leaves or big bits of dirt or something like that. I'm going to get this dump off and inspect it and wrap it. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap the dump pipe with this fawn coloured wrap. Now there is an option, I've done it before, of soaking this and then wrapping it. You can get it a bit tighter, but then you've got wet exhaust onto exhaust wrap onto your exhaust, and yeah, it's starting to get a bit rusty after a while. Mainly because I hadn't started the car for a long time. Anyway, I've got 2 hose clamps to go, one at the top, one at the bottom, to hold everything in place. So I'm going to start from the top here and wrap down the pipe. Whew. Alright guys, that took me a few goes to do, but we've got it down a little bit further. It's pretty busy down here anyway with all the other exhaust stuff, so I think that should be enough. Just like I was wrapping up a mummy. But let's get it in. Alright, there we go. I'm happy with that. Gets down where I wanted it to get down to. Don't want it to get too thick down the bottom there, because we do have a lot of piping and stuff to fit in. So it's gone past the wastegate, which is good. Still need to make the wastegate dump as well, but it's time to pull everything out again, because we need to get all the up pipes out, turbos off, so I can do the power steering, and also so we can paint the up pipe to look like that. So also the wastegates up pipe, the wastegate down the bottom, that'll be painted like that as well. Very tight down there. If we heat wrap them, they won't fit. I won't be able to get anything through anyway. If this is your first episode, I need to weld up wastegate piping on the back side of the TD05 there before I do the up pipe for the wastegate, just so everything lines up. Hopefully it'll shrink a little bit when I'm welding, so then it all lines up. Alright, let's pull it all out. Well, it's not there anymore. Didn't take too long really. So I gotta clean this up pipe up, and then we'll paint it. Yeah, that one's all fully welded. Everything's done on that, so that's good. To get that one out, I need to loosen this one up. When I put that in, that was already in, so just made it easier. So I'm just going to clean it up the same way that I did the manifold here, just with some 600 to 800 grit sandpaper, and then put like a prep wash onto it, and we'll put some paint onto it. Okay guys, I've cleaned it up, sanded it, and wiped it down, so it is ready for some paint. Alright, it's getting late, but I might come back in 20 minutes or so and give it another coat and then go to bed.
The next day.
Alright guys, so I'm going to finish this episode here. We've done a lot of heat coating And we've done some wrapping as well, which is down there. And we've got everything out. Now I did say I was going to heat wrap or put the sleeves over the power steering. I'll do that next episode when I do everything on the power steering. Put the covers back on onto the engine as well. So guys, if you enjoyed this episode, keep watching up here and I will catch you next episode. Bye.